Hey, hey, hey! Welcome to the Tommy Temper Show. I'm Tommy Temper, and this is the Tommy Temper Show. First in the house, Edward Cam. Looking good, bro. It's a nice day here today. We've got Birdie Num Num in the house here today. Joining the show. Michelle in there. Hey, Michelle. Good to see you. We got Edward Cam, Michelle, John in there. Dash and Grandma. Hey, good to see you, everyone. Hope you're doing well today. Yeah, the bird. We got some munchkins going outside the window there. Some magpies. There was some crows, ravens, stuff like that out there. Those ravens are pretty skittish, I'll tell you. They kind of come around here, look around, and then grab something and then run away real quick. So far, they're not too friendly. That looked like it was eating off my shoulder, yeah. Well, I've got the bird feeder right outside there. I don't know if I flip this other camera view in here, you'll see what I mean. With, let's see, camera 2. There, you can see I've got a kind of a food dish out there with a bunch of variety of different foods and stuff like that. And then a water bath. So the birds like coming around the place here just to get a few bits. And I put a couple of different things out there in that dish. There's some bird seed out there. There's some leftover chicken, like Kentucky Fried Chicken. There's some potato chips out there and some cheese. So, you know, right now they like the cheese. I just put the cheese out there, and they really, really love that cheese for whatever reason. Weird. Aha. Oh, hang on. Let me just turn my green screen off here. Got a big screen. Oh, actually, what I should do is turn that on and put on the local news like CNN or something like that. And let's see. Let me just put a channel on there where CNN or something like that is on. Then I can kind of watch that in the background here just to keep track of what's going on in the real world. Or maybe even the stock market and that kind of stuff. Hang on. Let me see where we're at with stocks and whatever. Canadian dollar, 73.14, up 0.26. Probably the American dollar is falling. It's not so much that the Canadian dollar is rising. So kind of a thing like that. TSX is down a little bit. TSX Venture is up 2 points. Down 76 points on the composite. WTI oil is at $62 a barrel. Gasoline, $2. Natural gas, 3.73. These are in our, I don't know what that is. It's probably American dollars there. And the S&P is up a little bit there. Dow is down about 10 points. NASDAQ up a little bit. Bitcoin, $104,000, down $861 on that Bitcoin. But still, Bitcoin is up over 100,000. And I remember just mere months ago that the Bitcoin was down like in the $20,000 range. If you're into buying Bitcoin and that kind of stuff, you should have done it at that point. My shell said I had a bird feeder that takes pictures. Oh, yeah. One of those, what do you call them? Well, cameras, forest cams, tree cam, whatever. Animal cam. Yeah, that would be good to take that. That would be pretty good. Oh, you had a raccoon that you saw out there. Door knocker, good to see you in there. I hope we're safe from another breakup stream. Yeah, should be good. We'll see what happens here. Bullets and barbecue in there. Any chance you could unban my Crime in America name? Yeah, should be able to. Hey, Masad, good to see you in there. I hope they don't charge Tommy with RICO Act. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let me go in there and take a look at it. Don't count on it. Says Ron Volts. Good to see you. Pooh Scissors. I remember when we were on BTC was $5 for wow. You should have bought a bunch of them at $5. That's for sure. Tommy going to Guatemala stream with Billy Blue. Oh yeah, exactly. The Guatemala stream. I wonder what he's up to. I know that he wanted who was it? Kelly to go to Guatemala with him. They were trying to make plans and something like that, but I guess Kelly didn't have enough bucks to go down there. I wonder how's he able to do all that traveling, you know? All he does is stream on YouTube. I don't know what other job that he might have. So kind of interesting. Billy Blue, the streamer from let's see. I don't know where he's originally from. Well, he's American. I know that much. And actually, I've donated to him there, too, to kind of help him along a little bit. So I guess that's where he does get his money, is from people that donate to him on his stream. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Hang on. I just got to fix my chroma key here a little bit here. Just hang in there. My chroma key is, let's see. Go into filters, chroma key. And I just want to fix this a little bit because I've got some weirdness happening here. So hang on. This here might go a little bit wonky here. Okay, go in the wrong direction. So let me go the other way. Okay, if I can just fix it a little bit there. Okay, that looks a little bit better. On this bit on the microphone, the mic thing here was glitching out a little bit here on the video. Hey, what's that bird doing behind me there? They're going a little bit crazy there. Oh, he just flew away. Yeah. Anyways, Billy Blue. Yeah, I follow him, absolutely. And I like him. He's actually kind of an interesting guy to follow with whatever he's doing there. Edward Cam says, amen, Pooh. Part of Bonza, good to see you. Saying hi to the chat and everyone. Christy B., I'm surprised you're on and not listening to Queenie crying about Pat King going to Grandma Nancy's family, confirming Queenie was never matriarch or of water or ever met Grandma Nancy. Yeah, well, I can't say that. Oh, hang on. I just got a phone call coming in here. Stand by. Okay. Oops. You know how it goes. When a phone call comes in, you got to take a phone call, even though you're live on the air here. But anyways, yeah. Well, I was kind of following that story there, Christy B., the one about Queenie and Pat King. Pat King did a post about Queenie and the whole matriarch thing and clan mother Nancy. And by the way, I have actually met clan mother Nancy when Pat King was doing the teepee thing at the ledge grounds in Edmonton. They had about 3 teepees set up there and a bunch of tents and whatever, and they were kind of occupying the ledge grounds. And I went down there actually quite often and met a lot of the different people that were out there. Let's see, there was Kelly Wolf that I met. I was playing her bongo drum there. And I met Clan Mother Nancy. I actually did an interview of her, and that the interview I'd play for you back then, but it all got taken off, removed by Facebook. Basically, I had an account that I was using there on Facebook, and Facebook ended up glitching the whole thing on me, so I don't have access to any of that video. And when they were taking all the teepees down at the Ledge buildings in Edmonton, I did a big video there of the cops all showing up there and moving everybody out, and probably one of the last people there, I think, was Clan Mother Nancy. But yeah, I know what's going on there, and I don't know, maybe they'll all make up. I saw there that Pat King was offering Queenie and Olive Branch on that whole thing there, but she kind of refused it. There Queenie is like on again, off again with people, and I don't know whether they burnt their bridges too far, Pat King and Queenie, for them to be able to get back together again. So I don't know. But myself, I've got Birdie Num Num here. Here, come on over here, Birdie. And yeah, I'm not part of the whole conflict that's going on. My own take on Pat King is that I saw what he did. I was in the convoy, went to Ottawa, and the last time I talked to Pat King was when he was in doing a rodeo, doing a fundraiser rodeo, and I went down to that rodeo and I talked to Pat for just a little bit, and I've kind of been friends with Pat, but not friendly enough to really get to know him so well that I text him or talk to him or whatever, do stuff with him all the time. We're kind of like friends at an arm's length, you might say. In fact, I don't know that Pat has ever come into my chat here. I don't think he's ever come into my chat. I don't even know if he knows that I'm on YouTube here doing my stuff here or whatever. But because obviously I'm not using my real name here, but he does know me by my real name, that's for sure. But yeah, they're definitely having their outs, and Queenie obviously is saying now that she's just throwing that whole matriarch thing away, and she doesn't want to have anything to do with it, even the items that she was given. But Queenie, she's a pretty abrasive person, and does and says stuff that get her in trouble with lots of different people. So I don't know. She's going to do whatever she wants to do, but I don't want to say anything negative about Queenie. I don't want to say anything negative about Pat King. I saw what Pat King did, and he stuck his neck out to basically stand up against Trudeau and the government for what they were doing during the days of the COVID. So I have to say kudos to Pat King for doing that. I don't think he's a bad guy for that. Now, other issues that people insinuate about, I don't really know too much about that. I just kind of, stay away from all of the rhetoric. Some people either like Pat King or you don't like him. There's people on both sides of the fence. And I'm on that side where, me, I try and like everybody. It doesn't matter who it is. I try and like them. It could be the worst person in the world. Of course, if you're like a multiple murderer or something like that, I'm not going to try and be your friend. You know what I mean? But I'm liberal enough to know that people that say different things often come around and end up being completely different or apologize or whatever. And I saw that Pat King was actually offering Queenie an olive branch and wanting to go up on a panel and talk to her and, get things out in the open and, just kind of lay things to rest so that you're not fighting each other. So whether or not that will actually happen, well, it didn't happen on the part of the stream where I saw Queenie, but she was about ready to pack it up there anyways from being on there for a long time. But yeah, I was kind of watching from afar, so I know what was going on there. I saw Pooh Scissors in there and a bunch of other people. Oh, let me go into the tank there. Let me just see who's in the tank. Stand by a second. Let me go into my channel content here in the details. where I can take a look at that. Hang on for half a second. Half a second. And we'll do that. Stand by. Go into my live. And, I have to do a refresh to find this one. There we go. Let me just turn this one switch on here. Save that. And go into the stream itself, into settings, into community, moderation. And let's see who's in the tank today. Who all's in the tank? Let's see who's Madeline Baratine. Take that person out. Let's see who else is in there. Beige Praxis. Praxis is in there. Okay, well maybe leave. There's Smoking Molly Collie. Take that person out. Crime in America. Yeah, I see you in there. There's that Brownies. I'll leave that one in there. And yeah, a bunch of the other ones are kind of trying to make fun of me or my business or whatever, something like that. Okay, we'll save that. So Crime in America is back out of there. But yeah, you're mostly doing your thing as Bullets and Barbecue anyways. So yeah, at the end of the day, you're okay as Bullets and Barbecue in here. And yeah, a lot of people say that you're like doxing people and stuff like that. So lay off the bad stuff and don't do bad stuff on the internet and people won't get mad at you. Yeah, what's that? Brent probably calling Tommy to warn him. Yeah, or Brett, he did a kind of an anti Tommy Temper rant. He did a video on me there. I saw that, Brett, where, you were calling me names and stuff like that. But, you don't like me because who of the people in the chat, you know what I mean? So don't associate me with people that are in my chat, okay? Because they're going to say whatever the heck they want to say. And at the end of the day, I can't really, stand up or whatever. Stick up for the people that are in the chat. Hang on. Let me just fix that chroma key again here. I thought I had it done up quite reasonably, but I can see that it's a little bit too much. My shirt is kind of fizzing out there on my shoulder. Let me just fix that a little bit. Okay, there we go. That's a little bit better. Got some birdie num-nums out there still. Alicia has come. What? Okay. Yeah, right. We're not going to talk about that. Yeah, that wasn't Brett, by the way, phoning me. Christy says, Queenie might still be on right now. That's probably Queenie when he read that out. No, it wasn't Queenie. It was somebody talking to me about something else. I'm going out to a kind of a little bit of a party here at, I don't know what time, 3:30 or something like that. It's right now, it's about 1:51 Mountain Daylight Time here. So I'm going to be going out to a party. A friend, we're celebrating a friend's birthday. So we're going out to a party. So that's kind of what's going on there. Hey, it's Elm in there. Elm, good to see you. Nice to see you in there. Mechanic Eric in the house. Hey, big ups. Nice to see you. Yeah, it's Queenie on Zello. Yeah, good to see you there, Mechanic Eric. Hopefully you're doing well down there in the US of A. Got Dennis Bigfoot in there. Hey, nice to see you. Pooh Scissors says Brett really should seek out mental health care. So we just, well, you guys are bashing Brett so much. Like, come on, leave Brett alone. You're trying to, get him to do himself in and talking about listing police numbers and whatever, getting himself to turn him into the police or whatever. You're just, it's like, when you talk about, when a whole bunch of people are talking about you like that in such a negative fashion, it's bad for your mental health. It's not great. Like, come on, you guys, stop it already. I don't know who else he was talking about there. Jack? I don't know if he was talking about Jack Talcott or whatever. Everyone sits over in his chat there where he's like, the religious, Jesus has landed on Earth. But meanwhile, his chat has got a bunch of bashers in there. So I don't know if that's what he was talking about, but he was mentioning Jack there. But I saw his last little short there, Brett. I saw that where you were talking about mental health. But believe me, I don't like to see anybody have, bad mental health or be talked negative about or, but I can understand where you're coming from because these guys are like, bashing you day in and day out. And, you come back swigging and they just like it. They like to irritate you. They like to piss you off. They like to see you get, rambunctious and start to go ballistic. And they just keep pressing your buttons all the time to get you to that point where you blow up, and they love it. They love it. They love to see you doing that. It's drama, right? They push your drama button and they like to see you go off like that. So, you got to understand exactly what's going on, that if you play into it like you do, you absolutely play into it when you do your videos and stuff like that, because you're always attack, and then they attack. And it just, knee, like this between you and everyone else on the internet, it almost seems, except me. I'm not bashing you. I'm not saying anything bad about you, but you attack me all the time to the point that really, honestly, I should be attacking you like you attack me. I should be doing that, but I don't. I'm going to just stand back and just be Mr. Nice Guy, right? It's better to be Mr. Nice Guy than it is not Mr. Nice Guy. Oh yeah, I was talking on the phone there for a minute there when I had the phone in my hand there, because I did get a little bit of a phone call. Hey, it's Belly Fedwell. Is that Kelly Caldwell? See, look at, like, there's somebody that's trying to bash Kelly, which Kelly is a friend of mine. I've been in his chat many, many times there. I had a wrench in his chat when he gives wrenches out. And I think he still has a wrench in my chat here too, but he doesn't really come around here all that often. But there's somebody bashing Kelly eating a slice of pizza. Robert in there. Grandma Nancy does not like Pat King ever since the convoy. Well, who's she with? She's with Pat King. She's, she was over in Montreal or Quebec with Pat King, and they were all saddled up ready to meet the actual King. So I don't know. I know that Queenie insinuates some stuff about Nancy and Pat King, which I don't know anything about that, other than I know that they were friends in Edmonton at the legislative grounds there when the big thing was going on for, I don't know how long it went on for, maybe a week or 2 weeks, where they had a whole bunch of teepees set up on the ledge grounds and they were kind of occupying the ground there. And then the cops kind of came in and they were strong-arming some people, arresting some people, and then they finally took everything down. So, yeah, you got me. RCMP, yeah, I don't know. Will Tommy get his burrito today is the question. Yeah, exactly. Well, I had I wanted the burrito there yesterday. We're going to a kind of a club kind of a place here this afternoon to celebrate a friend's birthday. So I don't know what we're going to be eating there, but we'll soon find out. But I did have a tomato sandwich. I made a sandwich there at lunchtime with a tomato, a little bit of salt, some mayonnaise, and a slice of cheese. And that's why some of the cheese that was left over, I put outside for the birds there. And they were like coming and getting some of that cheese there. They like that. Daisy in there. Daisy, good to see you in the house. It's a good supporter of Donald Trump. Big ups, big ups. I got AP's cat in there. AP's cat, I don't know what you're talking about, who the RC crowd is that you're negative against here. I don't know if it's the same RC crowd as Nitro Freak and those guys. He's into RCs, and he's got a bunch of friends there that are into RCs. And I don't know what that complaint is or why you're doing posts on the RC crowd. And all those people that are on there, I guess I go and look at their channels, and they only have like about nine subs or 10 subs or something like that. So not too sure what's going on there. I've got 14 subs. I just lost a sub on this stream already. Somebody unsubbed for me. Go figure. I'm like losing more subs than I'm gaining subs. Yeah, she's clan mother, not the KKK clan, but they call her the clan because it's like an indigenous clan of grandmothers. Like older women are the clan mothers, right? And there's clan mothers right across Canada, and I guess they get together and they kind of promote the Indigenous people and speak, on different things, on Indigenous things. So that's what the clan mothers are all about. And Nancy is getting quite old now. I don't know how old she is, but she's getting fairly old and frail, but it's good to see her still, being vocal and doing stuff out there. Yeah. Elm saying hi to Daisy there. Good to see you. Got Ron Volts in there. Ron, hey, how are you doing there with your fancy car? Looking good. I've got my Mustang going here. We were just working on it a little bit there yesterday. Got the battery in it pulled, and I charged up the battery on it. And because my car was sitting all winter and the battery went dead, and went to start it and it wouldn't start, so I had to pull it out and put it on a charger. But it wouldn't charge because it was so low, so we had to put it in parallel with another battery and then put the charger on, and then we got the thing pumped up a little bit there. So we've got that on the go. So I'll be driving my 91 Mustang Cobra GT this summer, so look forward to that. I'll probably be doing some videos and stuff with it, maybe going to some car shows and whatever. So that'll be a little bit of fun. See how that works out. AP's cat said, are you going to take report of Queenie Mod for making hit pieces on Sophie and Pat? No, I don't report anybody for doing anything. I don't report other channels. I don't like to strike other channels. In fact, hey, if you want to use my channel and do whatever you want, do clips or restream or whatever, I don't care. Go ahead and do it. I don't strike anybody, and I don't strike anybody else, and I don't like people when they strike me. Use whatever you want from my channel here. Hang on here. I just want to see if I can boost me up a little bit here. Stand by. There we go. A little bit up, a little bit low on the video here. So I've got it kind of a pan tilt zoom camera here. So I can go in there and just electronically modify it a little bit. There we go, though. I think that looks pretty good. Been kind of following what's going on. We've got the Crimea bridge got hit by Ukraine. So you had a whole bunch of airplanes that were hit at about 4 different airports in Russia by the trucks that were parked and the drones that flew out. And, they really, a whole bunch of planes got hit, including 2 AWACS planes got hit. And apparently Russia only has 6 of those AWACS planes, and they're not all running at the same time or operational at the same time. And Ukraine took out 2 AWACS, which are kind of command posts, flying command posts with radar and everything else on them. So, and a whole bunch of other planes that are capable of delivering missiles and all kind of stuff like that. So, Russia is hurting. Haven't heard from Putin, and I really haven't heard from Trump either on that whole issue. Kind of waiting for both of them to say something about that. So, we'll see what happens. What happens with that, I'm waiting to hear what the leaders, the world leaders, have to say about what's going on there. But it seems like Ukraine is doing a good job of pecking away at Russia. Russia is in financial trouble. They've got interest rates at over 21%, but they've limited their interest to 21%. And there's businesses failing. Now they have to. They're searching all of the big rigs in Russia that are rolling down the highways because they're worried that there's more drones in other 18-wheelers. So lots of stuff like that going on, following what's going on there. But the Crimea bridge, which is a bridge that connects Russia up to Crimea, and the Russians were actually using it to transport tanks and munitions and everything else into Crimea, and then from there hitting at the Ukraine. But that bridge got taken out, got damaged. I don't know if it's back in operation now, but they hit at one of the pillars, and I think there was about 4 different places that they exploded bombs there on that bridge. So yeah, lots going on there in the last little bit. Their grandmother Nancy is in early stages of dementia. It's really disgusting how these people are exploiting her. Yeah, you know, that might be true. I don't know. But I don't know who that was with her on that video that Pat did, whether it was her daughter or something like that. But, you know, they're taking her around, and they're, the reason that they went to Montreal was because even when Nancy was in Edmonton here at the Ledge, that was probably, geez, I don't know when that would have been, 2020, 2019, 2020, when that whole thing was going on. So that was about 4 or 5 years ago. And she had that so-called letter to the Queen, a letter that she wanted to present to the Queen. So there was talk about that back then. So she's been wanting to really present this letter to the Queen, or the monarch, or the king in this case, when the king came. But of course, the king was just in and out of Canada so quick that nobody really had a chance to do anything except Carney. So, yeah. But anyways, yeah, I guess that might be the thought on that. Vaughn Michelle in there. Hey, good to see you. Vaughn. Hey, big ups to you. You're a very vocal person there. Always have something to say about Department of Ants there, DOA, Defender of Ants. And I see that Tony is kind of bad-mouthing you there now. I don't know what's going on there, because Tony doesn't like DOA. You don't like DOA. I don't know how the two of you got into some kind of a tiff there. And then you've got Sticker Chick, who's sticking her sticker in everyone's business there, who's bad-mouthing you all the time. And now she's bad-mouthing, who is it? Newfie Princess. Going around and saying all kind of stuff about people. But you know, it's like Sticker Chick is nothing more than a hit channel. All she is a hit channel, and she's just trying to hit at anybody that doesn't like DOA, because and you know, she says that she has her reasons, and she's kind of a lefty supporter. She even puts on her little thing there, you know, what is it, Queen of Antifa or something like that. But she is so left and supporter of Antifa and all that stuff. I don't know whether she's communist or what her leanings are, but definitely on that side of it there. And she likes the fact that DOA is some kind of a protester, and she's a protester as well. Remember, she was out there with her megaphone protesting the J6ers and stuff like that. And you know, I know you guys are fighting, and you know, as long as it's tit for tat and it keeps going back and forth, you guys will be fighting forever. But it's funny that DOA has turned into Sanford and Son there now, where he's over at the junkyard there cleaning out the garage with, and he's like Sanford, and he's the son of Sanford. There is what's going on there now with DOA. So kind of fun to see those guys doing that. And DOA is just he's got that cloud hanging over his head, you know, with having to go to jail. And I don't know if he still has that ankle monitor on. Haven't been following whether it's being released from him there. Maybe it's not on him there anymore. I heard that there was something with the judge where he could go over and get it removed. But he's just trying to take his mind completely off of the protesting thing, right? The professional protester got himself into so much trouble by protesting the Church of Scientology, which doesn't like to be protested. So, you know, for that being said, you know, he got himself in his own hot water, and now he's just trying to get his mind off of it. You know, do something else, get away from it. And, you know, he's doing stuff, but it's not great programming at all, because he's like, you know, down there mowing the lawn or cleaning a fan or whatever, cleaning a guy's garage or whatever and stuff like that. And not all that interesting as far as I'm concerned. Christy B, remember the night when she was coming back from supposedly the monarch of water, and we bet this day that would come that was all a bunch of crap. Yeah, Christy B, I know. I remember that. When I saw that happening, I thought, how the hell did they pick her, you know? Like, Queenie is such a vocal person and so abrasive. and for them to like say, hey, she would be a really good representative for this group of people. I don't know. I kind of myself, I thought this is not going to work out well at all. And well, you called it there. Yeah, whoever it was that was talking about that back then, it was like, yeah, we'll believe it when we see it. And yeah, well, you know what? What I found amazing is that from the time that she, was presented with that dispatch of becoming the matriarch, and up until today, why did it take so long for her to go up and see Nancy? It seemed like it was months later before, and she hadn't even seen Nancy yet, but she was still going on with that to the point where she was doing her thing down there with the ostriches, and she still hadn't seen Nancy yet. Wouldn't it be more important rather than running down to the ostriches to actually phone up or get a hold of Nancy and say, Nancy, I'm going to come up and see you and get that staff and complete this thing off so that I can become the matriarch. But at the end of the day, well, I guess it didn't happen. Not great. AP's cat, Elman there. Elm, what's up? Went out to your parents and had a couple of brown eggs, bottled beer with your dad. It was a good afternoon. I remember my grandfather used to have a beer, and he used to pour a beer in a glass, and then he would break an egg and then plop that egg into the glass of beer, and then he would drink that beer with the egg in it. Believe it or not, that was my grandfather. And I still remember to this day him doing that. He's not alive, so I don't know if it helped him to get older. Was like a health medicine or something like that. But he had that beer and an egg once a day. Well, and then he would have more beer after that, probably, because when we'd go to the farm there, they'd always be drinking with my dad and that and whatever, having fun and playing the violin and stuff like that. DG. Oh, still love you, even though ZDT hates me. There you go. Yeah, well, I don't know what the deal is with Zero Tony there, and why he's bad-mouthing you there. I don't know what you said about him that pissed him off, but he's the kind of a guy. He's like you, Vaughn, where you don't piss you off and get away with it. He's kind of like you, and some people are like that. Brett is like that. You don't piss off Brett without him coming back hard at you, and there's certain people on the internet that, I can see that you don't piss them off, because when you do, they come back fighting. And if you come back and you continue to fight with them, well, it'll just go on forever. But I hope you and Zero Tony make up so that, he doesn't bash you. I don't know. Once in a while, at the beginning, I would go into his chat and say hi to him and whatever, but lately I haven't been saying too much over in Tony's chat there. But Vaughn, I go in your chat there once in a while there and say hi. I don't, I know what's going on. You know that if you watch me. All I can say is, hey, people make their own bed, so they have to lie in it, and it's not my fault that people do stuff that is not all that great. So be nice. I say bring on the next rodeo, Pat. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Well, Pat has bills. He has lots of legal bills there to pay, so he's probably going to have to come up with some way of making some money. I hear that Pat is doing some kind of a podcast thing there back in Montreal. Whether I think it's on Apple, like a podcast type thing, an audio podcast. But he just started up a new channel. If there's a mod in there, if you want to drop Pat King's channel link there, he's got a new YouTube channel. Drop his link there, and you can check out that video that he posted about Queenie on there. Maybe somebody that's a mod can drop that link. That'd be good. Then you know what we're talking about. What happened to Swamp Piggy's little matriarch or sewage water? Yeah, Ron, I know you. Well, she's not going to be the matriarch anymore. As a matter of fact, today, if you watch her video, she had a little bag of goodies that she was given. I don't know what was in that bag, tobacco or something like that. And she hucked it. She threw it and said, I don't want to have anything more to do with that. That apparently the people that are involved with that whole thing, she's not getting along with, and it's not going anywhere fast. So I don't know. Better get on a different plane and go somewhere else, I guess. Do something else. ABD in there. Hey, good to see you. A beautiful day. Hopefully you're doing well. Good to see that you're a brave soul, where you're still on the internet, still doing your thing, and got a tough upper lip there with, you for one. Like, hey, I know what it's like to be a friend of Brett's and then to be an enemy of Brett's. And I was never ever an enemy of Brett's, but he's really attacked me a lot of times. So I know I feel for you, ABD, because I know what it's like to be attacked by Brett, and it's not fun at all. Not fun. And it can be a real continuous thing. And I don't know how the hell that you can get away from where you're at. It's like the old olive branch thing. It's like somebody has to say, look, I'll put forward an olive branch here, and let's just say that we're going to be friends from now on and just not argue, not make fun of each other, or not take jabs at each other or stuff like that. That's about all you can do. Otherwise, it's going to be fighting forever until the day you die. And I remember my mother, she had some other family members of hers that she didn't get along with. Basically they were, I think, relatives of my father's, and they didn't like my mother, and she didn't like them. And up until the day where she was laying on her deathbed, she was still bad-mouthing those people, So, if you're like that and you hold grudges against people, it never ends. It never ends until the day you die. And I hope that doesn't happen. I think people have to be more friendly. The problem with the internet here is it's more brutal than real life, because you can say and do stuff on the internet here that you can't really get away with in real life. And in real life, if you break apart, you can say, okay, you go your way and I'll go my way. And you really don't see those people. You don't see anyone, unless somebody phones you, or unless you come across somebody in a bar or in public or something like that. It's way easier in real life to break apart and go your own ways, even though you don't like each other. But on the internet here, it's not like that. It's like on a daily basis, you're going to run into each other. And the fight goes on forever. It's like, this is like an interesting, lesson in psychology here of what goes on. The internet is like completely different and more brutal in the sense that because you're hiding behind a microphone, so to speak, or behind a keyboard or a keyboard warrior, you're more likely to say something really negative about somebody else and get away with it. There you go. That's my take on that. Of course, Brett will be pissed off that I said that, but whatever. I don't care. It goes on. Edward Cam there, he's like pushing the Pride thing. I don't mind Pride Month. Have fun, Pride Month, but I don't need to hear about it all the time. I don't need to see a crosswalk painted whatever color, or something on the internet with somebody, flashing the flag or something like that. I showed one video, okay, of a pride parade. Cam, did you see that? The one video where I did a light night, not the last video that I did, but the one before that, okay, where I showed a pride parade, and it was a guy with a bunny face mask on and nothing else on. He was completely naked, but his, genital area was blurred out. You couldn't even see anything. Well, after I showed that video to kind of show, hey, look at here's the Pride Parade, I ended up where YouTube changed my video to adult only from just a normal one. Of course, none of my videos are ever for kids in the first place, but there's 3 settings on a video, and they went to the top tier of adult only video. They changed the classification of my video because I showed that clip of a Pride Parade. So, there's other stuff going on there where I think it was Home Depot pulled their advertising, Google pulled their advertising for the Toronto parade there to try to, distance themselves. Target is not featuring Pride stuff in their stores anymore. There's stuff like that going on. But, that being said, hopefully there's no hate. Don't hate anybody. at least, you know, show a little bit of respect for what other people feel. And if you want to fly the flag yourself or promote your sexuality or whatever it is that you're trying to promote, you know, well, good for you. You know, I don't have any problems with that at all. Don't think that you're like, you know, like putting it in my face by coming in here and saying Happy Pride Day or whatever, stuff like that, or like you or Al Munson like that would fly the flag or whatever to try and, you know, what is it, to try and intimidate me or something? No, you're not intimidating me. It's like, you're there. I realize that you're a person, I'm a person, and we're all people, and we all live different lifestyles. And as long as we can be happy on this earth and not hate each other. I don't hate you. I don't hate, you know, the LGBTQ community. And I think everyone should just get along with each other. That would be the nicest thing in the world. Right? Let's lo-fi it. Go lo-fi. Oh my. It's the middle of the afternoon. Elm. We have to wait until Ma left before we could drink our beers. Ma gets fussed up about beer. Oh, it's a beer day. Having a couple of beers there, are we? Sounds good. We're in the lounge here now. Got a little piano in the lounge. Doing our thing. Daisy's going to have a beer there too. Have a little beer break. That'd be good. Middle of the afternoon. If your name was Patrick, I would not want people calling me Pat. Pat King. Well, I don't know. Patrick King. Pat King is just easier to say. Sometimes people abbreviate their names because it just sounds better. It rolls off your tongue, like Pat King rolls off your tongue, as opposed to Patrick King. It's only 2 syllables instead of 3. So maybe that's it. That might be it. Patrick Sweezy. Oh yeah. You got a point there, Masad. I'm really behind on the chat here, by the way. So I'm just going to quickly buzz through it here. Luckily, we've got the chat on the screen here. So in case the chat doesn't appear lately. And by the way, this is a new feature on StreamYard right here. I'm pulling this. There's a little button on StreamYard where it says show comments on stage. And it's a beta thing that they have on the go here. I cannot adjust that at all. It's on that portion of the screen and it's of a certain size and it just is what it is. But it is something that you can flip a switch on the StreamYard program and have that automatically appear on your stream. No, he was not offering an olive branch. He did offer an olive branch. I actually saw him say it in her chat. He said he was, in her words, he wanted to go on panel and set her straight, probably because she was talking about his kids. Well, yeah, I know, and I saw that, but he actually used the word olive branch in her chat. I actually saw him say that. So he was offering her an olive branch, and she kind of refused it. And then you've got so many people in her chat that are negative towards Pat, and they're typing stuff in there that's negative towards Pat, and then Queenie's reading it off, and she's like being influenced by the chat, you know. And that's part of the problem with YouTube, is that you become influenced by the chat, and if the chat is negative to what's going on, well, then you're reading the chat and then becoming more and more negative because of the people that are in your chat. So they're not the chat, Queenie's chat, we're definitely not doing anything to help out the situation. But, you know, I know there's people in here that don't like Pat too, by the way, you know, somebody's saying. ABD, that's a dox, Tommy. Yeah, exactly. Don't dox people. So if somebody's in there doxing or something, well, give them a timeout or even throw them in the tank there. Not good. What's the tank, Charles Clark? That is when you ban somebody from your channel, they go into the tank, and then they're banned, and you can go in if you're a streamer, and you can go and see who's banned on your channel, and then you can remove them from your tank. In other words, unban them is what I mean, if you don't know what I'm talking about, which I think you might. Madeline Barentine is bullets and barbecues alt account. Oh, and that's doxing Betty's granddaughter. Okay, so yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, bullets, don't come in here doxing people, okay? Just don't. because what you're doing is if you're pissing off other people, you're ending up where they're going to bellyache at me or pissing off me, and then you get put in the tank yourself, get banned on the channel. And I just say, hey, go for it, and then you're banned. So not a good idea to dox other people especially in my chat here. I don't like to have people in my tank, and I clean it out or clear people out there once in a while. Brett all worried about talking about who's threatening who now, since ABD has showed him in his own words his threats. Yeah, well, I wish that they would just, not talk about each other, not threaten each other, and just, do your own thing. Madeline account is doxing there. Okay, got that. Well, put that person in the tank, that Madeline, okay? Because when I took that person out, I didn't understand what that was. Because I'm not on the internet all the time like you guys are, where you're following people around all to different channels and seeing what they're doing and understand exactly what's going on. So, bullets, if that's you doing that, that's not good. What's your opinion on swatting? I wouldn't like to be swatted, and I wouldn't like to do stuff like that. That being said, would know a real name when he hears it. Jesus. Yeah. Well, hey, what do I know? I don't know what that is. It's just a person in my tank that I don't know. So there you go. Rainbow month, right? Your blocked words suck. Oh, you were trying to say something. Remember, my blocked word list is made up by mods. So everyone that has a wrench in my chat have, contributed to my blocked words list. And as far as I'm concerned, it's probably a pretty good list with a lot of words in there, because what people say in here actually looks pretty good. What was that? Brett was swatted this morning, apparently. Brett was? You're kidding me. I didn't hear him say that. I heard Brett. I listened to Brett's whole thing there. It wasn't very long, only a couple minutes, but he did a live there. And I didn't really pick up that he was swatted, if that's what happened. I think what was happening is people were putting in the police phone number and trying to tell people to, turn them in as a green tag or something like that. Somebody that should be going to a mental hospital or whatever. I kind of picked up on that, but I didn't know that somebody actually swatted him or tried to swat him or whatever. Well, I guess that would be trying to swat him by putting the police phone number and whatever in there. Adopt This Dog is in there. Hey, nice to see you. 7715. I don't know when you subbed up to my channel. I don't know that I've seen you in here before, but Adopt This Dog, good to see you. Check out the channel, Adopt This Dog's channel there, dropping a link on it there. Christmas came early. Oh, who did D block you? Oh my, that's not very good. Hibiscus blocked you. Real barbecue. Brett was not swatted, says Christy B. Yeah, I think people were trying to get him swatted, and Brett was bringing up some names of the people, and it was your typical trolls that he was talking about that were trying to just, affect his mental health type of a thing. Then I'm figuring out now, if Brett yells at you, it means he wants to F you. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is there. But Brett watches what goes on, absolutely. CJ, good to see you there, CJ. Oh, yeah, it's CJ.
Tune in tomorrow, same time, same back channel.
It's CJ in there. Hey, good to see you. Good supporter of the channel. CJ in the chat. Supporter. Hey, is it actually a Calgary fan? Hey, how about those Edmonton Oilers? Edmonton Oilers are playing Florida. I didn't think they played hockey in Florida. I thought that the ice would be melting. What the hell kind of a team could Florida have? Come on. They don't even have ice there outside. It doesn't even get cold enough to have ice. Where can they be practicing hockey in Florida? on how the hell can a Florida team be in the absolute finals against a superior team like the Edmonton Oilers, which, hey, every kid in Edmonton goes out in the middle of winter and skates in their backyard or on the river or whatever, stuff like that, where it's just a natural thing up here. Everyone is into hockey up here. Yeah. But the game is on tonight, so watch that hockey game. It's a really important game to watch tonight. I'm probably going to watch part of it or some of it to see whether or not the Oilers are going to win against Florida. We'll see what that Florida team is like compared to Edmonton. ABD says nobody was swatted. Yeah, but they were giving out the police number, like the RCMP number or something, and trying to con other people in the chat to try and swat them or something like that. I don't know what's going on. Who knows what the deal, why they're doing that. Yeah, all for drama, all to create drama. That's basically what's going on here. Oh, what's that? Daisy says swatting is a fake call, guns pulled, trying to get someone killed. Yeah, exactly. That could potentially happen. Brett is just like Queenie, wants to say whatever he wants until he has stepped in his own shit and then tries to twist it on people he was talking about. Oh my. Swatting, the action and practice of making a prank call to emergency services and an attempt to bring about the dispatch of a large number of armed police officers to a particular address. Yeah, and some people get swatted all the time. It's like a pretty big thing with some big internet channels where you have an awful lot of haters on the channel there. But don't do it. Look at what happened to Ant. Ant got swatted a lot of times there, against the Church of Scientology. So, when he was doing his protesting and stuff like that, lots of times he got, where the cops pulled him over or whatever and then put him in handcuffs and then searched his vehicle because they said, it was reported that you had a gun or that you were waving a gun around or you had a gun in your vehicle or something like that. So that's what they tell the cops when they phone them. Brett's like a female version of Queenie, says adopt this dog. Well, who is adopt this dog? It's obviously somebody that knows Brett, knows Queenie, so it's somebody in the verse of what's going on here. One constable does not equal swatting. Uh-oh, what happened? One constable meet up with them? I don't know. Swatting is an act of, there you go. There's the answer. Nightbot has it there. Malicious manner. Dangerous situation. By the way, I heard something there, Masad, that when you use ChatGPT, when you ask ChatGPT a question, it uses up something like about 7 times as much energy as asking Google for, putting that same question into Google, on just a Google search. So any kind of a artificial intelligence like ChatGPT uses up an awful lot of energy, electricity, so to speak. DWP, well, Tommy, it was a close call, but the coin definitely fell in your favor this time, proven to be the smarter choice. The coin fell in my favor. What coin is that? Hey, remember I used to show a picture of the Tommy Temper coin on here. I should actually bring that screen back up again here. But I went, instead of that, more for the slideshow. I had this slideshow set up here and was playing this one. This one here looks like the fires that are happening up here in Canada, but it's actually a nice sunset shot up in Canada, or where it is, I don't know. But I had this thing running, which was my slideshow. And let's see, if I push this button, then I can get it to change every once in a while. And last night I was running this. I did I was playing around with my music stuff there. And then the other thing I was doing was we had a UFO UAP special there last night when I was on, kind of doing like an Art Bell special. So that's what we were doing there. And I had this background on there. Super salty. I see bashing from both sides. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what happens when you start bashing each other. It just continues on, like tit for tat, goes on forever. Some people like getting involved in that stuff and fighting with people and causing being a shit disturber, that kind of thing. It's an awful thing to do to someone. Swatting could be dangerous. Yeah, that's why I shouldn't do it. Cat Rex in there. Did you call the poo-poo on Brent? ABD? No, I doubt if it was ABD. I don't think that it was her, but hey, what do I know? But it's Cat Rex. It's people saying stuff like that stir up the shit on the internet, right? It doesn't do any good for the problem. Doesn't help the problem at all. Bullets is certified. Brett is having mental health situation. He needs to phone a doctor, not talk about blankety blank blank. Shakespeare, yeah. Let's see, what is it? Where he's talking to his girl up on the tower. Tommy will never see any wrong in Brett or Queenie, says Mo. Yeah, well, I try and see, the goodness in people and not really call people down. And, hey, nobody's perfect. Nobody in this world is perfect. And you will find something negative about every single person on this planet if you look hard enough. You know what I mean? But it's just like, at what level are you? Are you up here where you say bad stuff all the time, or are you down here where you rarely say anything bad? You know what I mean? And everybody is somewhere in between that whole thing. And, a lot of people on the internet, especially the trolls think that they have never done any wrong in their whole life, right? And that they're like superior to everyone else, and that you're actually trying to make everyone as good as you are, and it'll never happen. You're never going to make somebody on the internet good by calling them out. Really, honestly, it doesn't work like that. You can try. You can go, oh, you're a racist, and you expect people to change because you called them a racist or something. They don't change. People are still people. Maybe they might to some degree change a little bit, but let's do some raw milk shots, or something. It's like, okay, let's say that you meet somebody, let's say you're a woman and you meet a guy, and that the guy's an alcoholic, drinking all the time, whatever. And you're going like, well, but I really love him and he loves me, and I think that we should get married, and I'm not an alcoholic, but he is. But if I get married to him, I can change him. I can change him and make him a better person. I'll just marry him and just work on him, and we'll see how that works out. Yeah, how does that work out? In the end, it's like it doesn't work out, and you can't change people. How many times have you heard that, where people say, you can't change people, or you can't teach an old dog new tricks, right? That's the way it goes. You can't change people. You can call them out, but you can't change them. Tommy, what are you bringing to the party for drinks? I don't know, but I'm going to try and get my wife to drive. If I get my wife to drive, then I'll have some drinks to wherever we're going here. But it's only a short time. We're going just out for a party from like 3 in the afternoon till, I don't know, 6 or 7 or something like that. I don't know. We might, knowing my wife, we might even end up at the casino or something like that. Who knows? It depends if anyone gives me a super chat here. If I get a super chat, then I'll have something to gamble with. But other than that, probably not going to happen. My mom is doing a lot better, Daisy. We're in the process of getting her house sold after 50 years. She's ready to let go. Yeah, up here in Canada, real estate prices are dropping like a rock because nobody can afford all these high-priced, $1 million mansions and stuff like that. So, prices got pumped up. But then again, there's so many people coming into Canada, and you'd think that immigrants coming into Canada are all broke. Not so much broke. They have a lot of money that they're bringing with them. Even the East Indian people, they can be bringing in a lot of money with them, and or pool their money together. And, you got like 10 of them pool their money together, buy a house or something like that, and they all move into the place. So you got stuff like that happening here. Edward Cam is pushing the Pride Month there. So yeah, good for you, good for Pride. Hopefully, there's a Pride event going on in downtown Edmonton for about a whole month. Where there's a little piece of land there just in front of City Hall. It's called Churchill Square in Edmonton here, and they've got a Pride event set up there with a whole bunch of food trucks and tents and education, and then there's a big stage on there, and I think at that stage is going to be drag shows. And it's actually, I asked the security guard there the other day, I said, what the hell is that they're doing over there? And he said, yeah, well, it's a big drag show that's going on. And he's the security guard for it. And I go, to drag show? Wow, who's paying for that? And it's right on the city property here. And he's going, yeah, it's a city of Edmonton. It's tax dollars being spent on that. So there's a big drag show going on. So you never know. I might go live at the drag show there. And don't think that I'm going to go there and hassle them. I don't hassle people. I'm not going to go there and yell something stupid or whatever, or get kicked out or whatever. If I go there, I'll just have my video going, and I'll let you guys see what's going on at the drag show there and down. Seeing as I'm actually paying for it partially with my tax dollars, so may as well see what the hell is going on there. Abbott in there. Hey, OG Abbott, good to see you. G Abbott is the streamed Cryberry Broccoli chatting. You're the one of the. Hey, Abbott, you're one of the ones that he was crying about. You and Edward Cam and a few of the other people there. He was especially pointing you guys out for affecting his mental health. So you better watch it. You better hope that Brett doesn't do something bad to himself there, because it's going to be, they'll pull all the chat receipts and all of his videos, and they'll see who is it that actually promoted him to do something bad. And you're going to be one of the people that's on that list. So be careful. I remember being in a chat room. This is probably about 10 years ago, before I was really got onto YouTube here, where in this chat room, basically the way it worked is it was a voice type chat room, right? Where one guy would be controlling the room and everyone else would be typing in, and the one guy had audio, and we were listening to his audio. And one of the things that they would do would be to phone a hotel and get somebody that's in a room in one of the hotels, and then would con the guy into believing things, okay? And this is the way the scenario went. It would be like you get the guy in the room. It's like they phone the hotel room and say, oh, I want to talk to room 201 or something, or 301. And it connects up to 301. 301 is in there, and it's like the guy says, yeah, this is the front desk. And the guy in the room is going, oh, okay, what's going on? He goes, well, there's a gas leak in the building here. There's a gas leak. So we need you to get a wet towel and put that wet towel at the bottom of your door to prevent that gas from leaking into your room. Okay, do that. And the guy would go, oh, man, that's bad. A gas leak in the room. Okay, well, yeah, you got to barricade yourself into the room. Okay, so then the guy puts a wet towel at the bottom of the door, and you can actually hear the conversation, and the chat is egging him on, telling him to do different stuff, right? And then it's like, tell him now that he has to take the top of the toilet tank off and to smash the window so that he can get more air into the room. So he throws the top of the toilet tank through the window, smashes the window. You can hear a big crash smashing in there. And he goes, okay, I got the window open, and then it's like next, it's like, okay, there's a problem where your TV set might set the gas off in the room there. So what you need to do now is grab your TV set and throw your TV set out of the window, unplug it and throw it out of the window. and like live in real time. And, we're in the chat there listening to this shit, that's going on. And it was like a prank room. It was a prank call, prank room thing that was going on. And it was absolutely amazing what you could con people into believing and into doing, Even one time there was where they made a phone call and they were talking to the guy at the front desk of the hotel. And they told him to smash the sprinkler head on the ceiling of the lobby and he goes and smashes it because of whatever, some other instance going on there. There's water spraying all over the place and whatever. But, you know, like really, honestly, the chat can really promote somebody, and somebody on the phone or whatever can really promote some people to doing stuff that they wouldn't ordinarily do, is what I'm saying. And that prank thing was like weird. It was phenomenal. And the guy that was doing it eventually got caught, because he was doing it to hotels right across North America, and you know, causing an awful lot of damage in hotel rooms with people, especially getting them to break windows, throw stuff out the window, and you know, all kind of stuff like that. It was crazy. Oh, it was one there where they phoned somebody in a house, and they got them to throw all of the dishes from the kitchen into the bathtub and smash them all up in the bathtub and whatever. It was like unbelievable what you can suck people into doing, into thinking that stuff is going on in their life and they need to take some action. So be real careful about what you're telling people to do. That's what all I'm saying, because you guys are promoting Brett into doing something, and you don't want him to actually do what you're trying to get him to do. You don't. So stop it. Stop it already. It's like you're going too far, especially when you're getting him to do stuff like I'm hearing him talk about there today. Like, that's going a little bit overboard. So, you know, just don't do it. I'd be the one to say people will do what you ask them to do. Really, honestly, they will. So don't even go there. Like, stop it already. You got to move on to something else. Even when people put on a friendly facade, you can unintentionally reveal their darker side. Yeah, well, there's a lot of dark people here on the internet. Mossad military is appreciated every month with a paycheck courtesy of the American taxpayers. Dennis Bigfoot in there. Those people who slam others at being childish and giving the ones they bash too much attention. Yeah, that's for sure. That can happen. Pesky is in there. Hey, Pesky Citizen. Chris, happy Killdozer Day. Killdozer Day. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. How about that? Where don't piss somebody off, right? Because they might build a killdozer and go out and bulldoze the whole community if you piss them off too much, right? That's a good one there. A good example of the Killdozer Day, of not to piss people off. A job should not let their employees on YouTube during working hours. Okay, I know who you're talking about there, Daisy. People will do whatever they want to do. If they have time to do stuff on the side and they're working on something and they're looking at something else, or have a headphone on or whatever, you know, some people are really able to multitask, you know, do more than one thing. Like, I'm actually pretty good at multitasking. In a lot of cases, I even listen to more than one conversation or more than one YouTube channel. Like right now, for example, I've got the TV turned on here. Canada's bank rate, by the way, stayed stable there today. It didn't get increased or decreased, so nothing happened there if you're watching the bank rate in Canada. Let's see, we got the increases in steel and the 50% tariffs on aluminum and steel up here in Canada. Big thing that happened there. Also, Carney is coming up with his Carney Clown Brookfield enrichment policy there of taxing oil and getting oil to pay money and come up with carbon capture and a whole bunch of other BS as far as I'm concerned. And these so-called carbon neutral oil, or whatever the hell he's trying to call it there now. He's just trying to suck money, carbon tax and that, out of the province. That's all that is. And he's already got all of his companies set up, or at least he owns shares apparently, but he's actually hiding what he actually owns, so we don't know for sure. But it's all apparently. But he's making a lot of money off of those carbon taxes, carbon capture, carbon credits that they're funneling around. But he wants to come up with this so-called carbon neutral oil, which there is no such thing. You know, it's just an enrichment program for himself. And I can't believe that Carney sucked the whole country, so many people, into putting him in power so that he can enrich himself on the backs of Canadians. It's unbelievable what Carney is actually doing. It's a shame. It's and if you guys don't see it at this point, well, shame on you. And you better vote him out at the earliest possibility. Look, Carney hasn't even come up with a budget for Canada for the government, for God's sakes. He says, oh, we'll come up with the budget sometime in the fall. Meanwhile, he's borrowed or somehow come up with literally billions of dollars, and what he's going to spend it on, nobody knows. Nobody knows for sure. So Carbon Carney is not the best guy in Canada. And as a matter of fact, he kicked me out of his rally. The Prime Minister of Canada kicked me, Tommy Temper, out of his rally when he came to Edmonton. And what did I do? I was just standing there with the camera, standing there with my cell phone, wanting to video the event and just present it to you, my audience, of, hey, here's the future Prime Minister of our country, because he was campaigning at that time. But he was the Prime Minister at that time. But he sicked the Secret Service on me and kicked me out of the event. So shame on you, Carney, for doing that. Christy, my mom will never be her best at 80, but she's ready to get her things in order. And the house was the last step. Yeah, well, I hope that works out well. Lots of ways of selling a house. Get a bunch of different realtors in there to give you an estimate as to what the value of the property is, and they might lowball you if they want to get the place sold quick. They might give you a higher amount if it's but definitely you can get the as sold. Look at the as sold properties in your area to determine the value of what your property might sell for. That's the best thing. Look at a list of about 10 other properties that have sold recently in the area to determine what your property might be worth. And then it's up to you whether you sell it to through a realtor. Of course, if you sell it through a realtor, then you might give away as much as 7%, however they come up with their amount. Maybe not 7%, but whatever you agree to, put it that way. Or you could just sell it to somebody that just wants to buy it, and just use a lawyer to make the thing work. But yeah, you got to do something there. If you have to get rid of it, I get paid too much money to be on YouTube. Yeah, exactly. YouTube doesn't pay enough money, because when I look and see people looking at my videos when I'm not live, like really, I'll make like 5 cents or maybe $2, maybe on a good day, something like that. Maybe 5 cents on a bad day, maybe 0 cents on not so much of a good day. But subs, I need more subs. So if you're sitting here watching, 20% of you are not subbed to my channel. Hit that sub button, hit that like button. We need more likes on the stream here to get more people to come in here. As a matter of fact, let me go over to my channel here. Turn it on, go over to my channel. I want to see how many likes I have on the channel here, on the video. Let's see how many likes we are. Hardly any. Come on, only 25 thumbs ups. Come on, we can do better than that. We need more people promoting the thumbs ups in here. There, I just hit the button. We're at 26. Hey, how's it going? We've got young one just back from school. Good to see you. Sit down, relax. Wait for Mumsy to get home, and then I'm going to go out to a party here right away. But you're going to be looked after by you know who, and see how that works out. Let me move up through the stream here into the comments, because I'm live here right now. Yeah, DWP says, when you eliminate cheese from your diet, you'll notice a significant drop in weight. The body thrives when it steers clear of such indulgent foods. Yeah, well, everybody has like a certain kind of a diet, It's like some people go, well, don't eat bread, stuff from wheat or whatever, carbohydrate, eliminate carbohydrates from your diet, eliminate sugar from your diet, eliminate cheese from your diet, milk from your diet. Well, you may as well not eat at that point. What the hell else is there left to eat other than, I don't know, the crust off of a bread? You can't eat that because that's bread. So I don't know. I just say eat what you want, but just don't eat a lot. Cut back on the amount that you eat, right? Would you not agree that fat people probably eat a lot Like if you see a fat person, they're like gobbling food down left and right, like all day long, snacking on stuff and then having 3 big meals. And then they go out to a buffet, whatever, and then have like about 10 plates. Or there's a friend of mine that's pretty fat. When we go out to the all-you-can-eat spaghetti, he eats so many plates of spaghetti from the spaghetti house that they almost went broke feeding him that spaghetti, to the point that the waitresses are like, oh man, not another plate of spaghetti. You got to be kidding me. But yeah, just don't eat as much. Eat a little. Your Mustang did get the white stains cleaned out of your back seat. Yeah, Tommy. Well, I have to worry about that Camaro that I bought from Ric Flair. I always wondered what he was up to in the back seat of that car. Yeah, I know what you mean, though. When you eliminate cheese, you got to watch it. I agree with you. Don't eat too much. Who else says a lot here? If there was a Pride Month for drinking beer and chain smoking cigarettes, Daisy would go hard. Dixie wrecked sounds. The Dix wrecked. Oh, man. What's with the... Oh, look at... I know why you wanted me to pull that from the gas tank there, because you wanted to promote your channel. That's what that was all about. Allie Miller is in there. Hey, good to see you. Allie Miller, you're a power poster over there on Facebook. I see you on a lot of my different groups there, like Canadian News Now. Canadian News Now, I started that group. But I've also got a bunch of other groups there that I started. I started Ontario News Now. So do a search for that one, Ontario News Now. I don't know if you're a member of that one. We've got Toronto Exposed, Edmonton Exposed, Vancouver Exposed, and we've got Saskatchewan News Now, and we've got Atlantic. What the heck was it now? Canada Atlantic News Now is another one that I started up. That's a brand new one. So yeah, a lot of those news groups on Facebook are actually going quite well and building up, and there's people in there posting and stuff like that. But I know you're a power poster. You like to share other people's posts and stuff like that. We're just doing a little afternoon broadcast here. I was going to get into what was going on in the real world, like with Russia, with the Ukraine, and with Canada and some of that stuff. But I ended up just talking with the chat here on Facebook. And we were talking about Pat King. Pat King was getting involved with Queenie on YouTube here. So we're kind of talking about that. But yeah, Allie, you should actually, I don't know, I never see you on YouTube at all. But if you open up a YouTube on your browser and just look up Tommy Temper Show on YouTube, if you can kind of find us over here, then you can see the rest of the chat that you see me bringing up on the screen here, because it's mostly from YouTube here. And you're over on Facebook. Allie Miller in the house. Good to see you, Allie. Thumbs up to you, everything that you do over there on Facebook. Appreciate all the posts that you're sharing and stuff like that. Probably the group that I have the most fun with is Edmonton Exposed. Edmonton Exposed on Facebook. I do a lot of posting on there, a lot of the local stuff going on there. A lot of the small shorts and stuff like that I do are over there. So yeah, have lots of fun. Christy says, Daisy, I was able to get on YouTube and my phone and work. Some jobs you get the luxury of doing that. If you have a desk job, most generally, yeah, you take a break from office work, find to focus on other stuff. Yeah, exactly. Especially a desk job, you can be doing more than one thing, working on maybe a task of one sort, and then have a window open, headphones on, listening to something, doing double working. Yeah, I'm behind in the chat here, but I'm trying to pick it up here. But I'm looking at some of the posts that have more things in them, like this one here. Abbott has, because one can be only be proud of the country they just happen to be born in. That's true. Yeah, it's like that. If you travel the world, which I have, I've gone to a lot of different places in the world. Whatever country you go to, people go, oh, this is the best country in the world. Like it could be the worst shithole in the world. Like, I don't know, like Morocco or some, deep, dark Africa place that you go like, holy shit, this is bad. and they're going, this is the best place in the world to live, you know? And everybody says that. It doesn't matter where, it's like wherever you're born or wherever you live, that's pretty much the best place in the world, because you don't really know too much that's any better, you know? But if you travel the world, then you get a chance to see which places are better, which places are worse. It's like Europe. You go over to Europe, and I go over there and I go, wow, this is what North America is going to be like in the future. You know, whatever's going on over in Europe, 10 years later, it's going to be happening in North America. It's like they got overwhelmed by immigration there, whatever, 10 years ago. We saw what was happening over there. There were like knifings and, you know, bombings and all kind of stuff going on. And, you know, we all looked at that and we said, well, this is what's going to happen in North America. We're going to bring all that, of all the nonsense and all the bad things that are going on over there. It's going to be happening over here. And sure enough, look at what's happening over here now. Got lots of stuff going on. And that's the way it works. The Rocky Mountains of Utah. Hey, good to see you there, Robin. I was at the Rocky Mountains in Canada. There, we drove from Banff to Jasper, all through the Rocky Mountains. But you know what? It was bad weather and cloudy, and it was like we were driving through the clouds, and you couldn't see the top of the mountains very well because it was like we were driving through the clouds in that whole trip, all the way from Banff to Jasper, passed through the Columbia ice fields, and I couldn't even see the ice fields because it was so cloudy. But yeah, big ups from the Rocky Mountains. Good to see you. Edward Cam, rainbow clothing. You can wear rainbow clothing. Just wear clothing. Just put some clothes on, okay? If you're going to go in the parade, put some clothes on in the parade. You don't have to go naked, because we don't need to see those things that you have or don't have or whatever. We all have seen them. We all know what they're all about. And, you know, we don't need to be subjected to that kind of stuff in real life, okay? So put some clothes on if you're going to the parade. Taxi ride. Hello, Tommy Temper. Hey, you're going to be losing your job because the robo-taxi's coming out. Sorry to hear that. By the way, I heard that people are pissed off at those Waymo self-driving cabs in California, that the people are really getting pissed off at those cabs. And just things that you see on Facebook with those automated robo-taxis and stuff like that, where they're like stuck somewhere in traffic or whatever. In fact, I saw one video where this robo-taxi, I think it was a Waymo, with people in it, drives down the road into a low spot where it had been raining, and gets stuck in the middle of the water, and it's up to the door in water, and there's passengers in the car. They roll down the window. They couldn't even open up the doors, and they're like jumping out of the windows of the taxi. So they have to teach those robo-taxis to not drive into large amounts of water. I guess they never programmed that into them there. What's going on? Yeah, well, it's the old Pat King thing. Pat King and Queenie are having a little fight going on. That's what's going on. Don Humphreys coming in from the UK. My takeaway was moaning about me because for the past 2 days I was ordering pizzas from the other takeaway. Then my 2 half-pounder cheeseburgers and chips. Sounds like you're having a good time there. Having a, what is it? Burger over there. Oh, stand by. I just got to look after something here. I'll be right back. Could always have a wimpy burger, I guess, Don. Wimpy burger. That would be a good thing to have. The wimpy burger. AP's cat. RC crew or the kids. Some are not kids. That's Sanal and Queenie. Oh, send the chats and comments. You seen the dates that they're fake and read the chat last post and correct it, please. Okay. Okay. Oh, so that's who they are. They're kids. Okay. Some are not kids. Friends of Sonal and Queenie. Okay. Well, whoever they are, I don't know who they are. They don't come in here, and the names are all new to me, but maybe they're over in Queenie's chat or something like that. Probably more likely in Sonal's chat, which I don't really go over there because I really hang out in chats that are more interesting. Like Charlie Cheswick, G. Abbott's chat, A Beautiful Day's chat, Brett's chat, people that are interesting. I hang out in their chats, people that show their faces. I'm more likely to hang out in their chat rather than just static type channels, that kind of thing. There, like Super Salty's chat there where he's going fishing and stuff like that. I like stuff like that. So yeah, pretty good. Bunch of Troll Central crew at work yet on YouTube all day, every day. Yeah, exactly. That's about it. Masad there. What does he do for a living there? I don't know. He's on the internet. He's like making a living on the internet there, I think. Not too sure. Got it from a Meet Me app. Got here from Meet Me. Meet Me. A meetup. I know of Meet Up, but I never seen a Meet Me. Looking for 3 more subs, Super Salty says. So give him a couple of subs there. I know, I'm looking for a couple of subs too. I'm at 7714 right now, and I have not gotten 1 sub from this stream here. Come on, if you're sitting there watching, hit that subscribe button. Let's see you sub up to us here. We need to hit that button up there a little more. Where is it? I need to bring it on the screen here. I hate bringing that on the screen here because when I do that, then what happens is I end up losing subs for whatever reason. So I don't know what's with that, but it happens. Let's see, where is it here now? StreamYard Studio. Chrome, is that it? No, that's not even it. What the heck is that? Oh, hang on. That's me. Me. Oh, what's he doing here? Oh, what's he doing? No, that's the wrong screen. No, not him. Got the wrong guy on there. I wanted to have my channel analytics. Oh, this was it here. Okay. This is my sub count right here. Real-time live sub count. 7714 subscribers. Let's see if we can pump that up a little bit there. This is a real-time thing here. So as I gain or lose subs, this number goes up and down. And I was up to 7744. Get this. Probably about a month ago, I was at 7740. So I've gone from 40 down to 14. So I've actually lost a lot of subs here. It's like every time I go live, I'm losing subs. Oh, hang on here. Package scene, somebody at the doorbell. Who's on my doorbell? Was that the doorbell? Who's at the door? Hang on a second. Of course, the doorbell app doesn't work when you want it to. Oh, yeah. Okay. I can see who it is there. Ringing the doorbell or something there. But it's gone now. So I missed them. Oh well. Catch him again next time. Okay, I'm trying to get up to the top end of the chat here, and I'm not doing all that well. But I do see everyone in there. We got Super Salty in there. OG is in there. Market's horrible right now. They'll be stuck with their Tesla for the next 8 years. Oh, yeah. Well, you don't want to buy an electric car because you lose 50% of the value when you drive it off of the lot, pretty much, you know, like within the first year. Maybe, Tesla, I don't know, but lots of other cars, you lose an awful lot of value in those electric cars. So you might be thinking that you're saving the planet, but you're saving the planet at your own expense, right? In other words, it's costing you a whole bunch of big bucks. And just think about all the work that you have to put in to make that money that you're giving up to buy that electric car. So there's a lot of things like that. And you're using an awful lot of gasoline and diesel and everything else to mine all of the stuff that you need for that car. But on the other hand, hey, if you want to save the planet, you want to save the planet. Yeah, I was live last night. Yeah, exactly, Ron. But the trolls were asleep. I know. The trolls didn't come in last night at all. We did our stream and actually turned out pretty well. I was doing a UFO stream there, and we're showing some of the latest images there that have been captured about UFOs, and some old images there. But yeah, it was kind of and I was also showing people how my music works here, where I've got like, for example, this is a French horn psychedelic jam band. Okay, this is coming in on my audio here. Listen up. The French horn psychedelic jam band on the Tommy Temper Show. It's just weird. I don't like it. Let's go trance. Psycho trance. For those of you that are psycho. Wow! 7709. I'm losing subs. Holy smokes. That's psycho trance. Oh man, that's crazy. I don't know if I can listen. I'd rather go disco funk. Let's listen to disco funk instead. This is more like my kind of music. Let's go. Oh yeah. Party it up. The party's just starting. Have a drink with me. Pop that top on that beer. Or have that afternoon, whatever it is that you like drinking, Caesar or something. It's the party starting. Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Let's go. Chicken taco. Lake Mead. Me too. Retirement is paid with money that you made when you work. Okay, basically, the way it works is when you work, you pay into a fund, and then when you retire, then you get access to that fund. And really, you theoretically pay for your own retirement if you're a working person. Now, if you haven't worked all your life, well, then you're living off everyone else's tax dollar, you know, throughout your whole life and your retirement. Allie Miller. I know this is something she wanted to do when she came to Edmonton at the Ledge. I feel bad that she was not able to do that this time. Her biker list, and she knows that. Yeah, you're talking about Nancy when she wanted to give that thing to the Queen. And, you know, I'm not too sure what was in that either. Some kind of a letter, to give a letter to the Queen. So I don't know what that was all about. I never did figure that out. I never actually looked at it or read what that letter was all about. but she wanted to give that to the king. Yeah, bucket list. Yeah, exactly. Peachy King in the house. Hey, Peachy King. July has been designated heifer. Oh, hi. Oh, is that the dude with the Playboy magazine? Pride Month. Licking 3 naked cowbells around kids. Oh my. Oh, a heifer. You mean like a cow? Cowbells. I thought you were talking about the guy that owned the Playboy magazine, Hugh Heifer. Sorry, my mistake. It's amazing what you can read into things. 7709. What's going on with that sub list there? Holy jeez, I'm losing subs like crazy. How can you run a YouTube channel and not get new subs? You know, you should be able to do that every time you go live, at least get a couple of subs. But I lose subs every time I go live because people are expecting something different than what they're getting, I think. It's like they subbed to me when I was doing an actual show, and this time it's like not a show. It's like something weird. People don't understand it. Everyone wants a burger. Red Mama's back. Hey, Red Mama. Looking good. Betty White looking good. Yeah, let's leave everyone alone. Leave those kids alone. Take that nest egg to the casino. Yeah, exactly. Uh-oh. Ron doesn't like Queenie. Diddy Oil Month. Yeah. Does the Middle East have Pride Month? That's funny. I didn't notice it when I was there. In fact, in the Middle East, the women were wearing burqas, so I didn't even have a chance to look at the women when I was there. Only guys. Otherwise, it was burqa city. I did at the place that I was staying at, though. I was staying in this house, a family, right? And the mother was there, and the mother would take her burqa off when she was doing stuff around the house, you know. But as soon as she saw me, it was like, oh, all hell broke loose. And she'd be pulling that burqa back up and hiding her face, like as soon as she saw me. But otherwise, if there was no men around, they take the burqa off. So that proves that the burqa was really only to prevent other men from looking at her, right? And it was kind of a thing where the men, I think, were forcing the women to wear the burqa so that other men don't look at them, right? So I figured that out. Daisy. That's funny. Hang on, what did ChatGPT say about that, though? Hang on. Pride Month is celebrated in various forms across the Middle East, but it largely depends on the country. Some places like Israel host pride events, while others have strict laws against LGBTQ rights. Activism exists, but it's often met with significant challenges like, I'm falling off the top of a building. Oh no. Unfortunately. But remember, this is a no-hate channel. Don't hate against anybody. Don't hate other people. Don't hate yourself. Don't hate anyone. Just stop the hate. That's right. Don't drive high. Nightbot. Darwinism. What is that? Darwinism. Is that like somebody that wants to die young? Oh, Charles Darwin. Yeah. Yeah. You know, the Darwin stuff. And you usually see people that do stuff that's going to get them killed. And it's like, yeah, Charles Darwin. Darwinism. That's what I would think. Nobody likes to die young. That's right. Smoking weed impairs your judgment, coordination, and reaction times, increasing the risk of accidents. The THC can affect attention and decision making. Shouldn't do it. She'll be back to hang with Tommy again to get some clout now that the Pat King and the tribe don't want her, says Christy B. Yeah, right. Come on over for a little clout. Yeah, well, you can't get much clout over here because my subs go down. You're not going to get subs coming over here. I can't even get subs. A couple people come, look at, and I know because I look at the statistics from YouTube. They actually say, you know, it's like this many people watching your stream were actually subscribed to you. This number of people, and it's usually about 20%. 20% of the people watching are not subbed to the channel. So hit that sub button and hit that like button. What are we only up to 26 likes here at the moment? Hang on, let me do a refresh on the screen and see where we're up to on the like department. We need to get those likes up. At least give us a thumbs up, even if you're not going to subscribe. Hit that thumbs up button. And we're up to 38. Hey, big 38 on the thumbs up. So that's not too bad. We've done worse in the past. We're at 7709 in the subs, and that's terrible. I started out this stream at 7715. So we're down about 6 subs here on the stream. That's not good. I'm not feeling good about that. That actually pisses me off, and it makes me not want to go live the next time. You know, if I don't get at least one sub or something like that on my stream, it makes me feel bad. Then I don't want to go live again. Need you know, it's like a euphoria. It's like winning at a slot machine, right? If you put a coin in a slot machine, you want to at least win at least on one pull. Getting a lot of action with the Nightbot. Nightbot, people like that chat GPT. Serial killers. Yeah, we need to know about serial killers. Flowering plants. Man, you guys are checking on lots of stuff there. What else? Pacer the ostrich. Ostrich meat is commonly consumed as steaks, burgers, and sausages. It can be grilled, roasted, or stir-fried, similar to beef or turkey. I heard that the latest thing is that the farm got charged something, got fined something, is the latest that I heard. I don't know if that's true. It was something that I saw. Okay, thanks a lot for that super chat, Ron. Appreciate that. I should have set up a goal at the top of the screen there. But thanks a lot for that super chat, Ron. Happy now. I appreciate that. That makes me feel really good. Thanks a lot, Ron. Volts for the win. Great supporter of the stream. Appreciate that. Actually, there are lots of people that are really good supporters of my stream. And I appreciate the odd super chat once in a while, just to sort of give me a pat on the back and go, hey, I like it when you go live. And it's kind of an active chat that you've got going on there. And I appreciate the fact that once in a while we get a little bit of a super chat. And Ron Volts absolutely has super chatted my channel a lot. And give you the big thumbs up for that, Ron. Makes me feel good. I don't know that your comment makes me feel good, but the super chat itself makes me feel good. Yeah, let's talk about Alberta separation. We got to separate from Canada now and become a bigger cash flow economy here in Alberta. I think is what we need to do. So I'm on board. And I think that there's some kind of a conference going on for Alberta separation on Monday. And I'm going to try and actually attend that conference, some kind of a conference on separation. I don't know if I can actually stream the actual event as it happens, but oh, hang on, I kicked my camera. You can see my camera moving a little bit there. I accidentally kicked it, and it moved me over to the side there a little bit. 7709 is where we're at. Thanks, Daisy, for blocking me. It's actually nice not being able to read your drunken nonsense, says Dixie. Wreck sounds of like Dicks erect. Oh my, crazy. Okay, well, you get the special treatment there, Ron, with the super chat. You get your comment up there a lot longer, and I actually read your comment too. Happy now, you mother. Oh man. Okay, this one's for you, Ron.
Tune in tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hang on a second. Got a song here for you, Ron. Here's a song just for Ron for the super chat. You get it because I know that you like requesting songs over on MCF's channel there. Over here, well, you can't really request a song because I'll get a strike on it, but I'll play a song for you. Here's your song, just for Ron. Here you go. Let's go. Oh yeah. Let's go. Tune them up. Melt ice. Woohoo! You get the jammer. Okay, I guess it ends right there. Well, wasn't that beautiful? Oops. Uh-oh. Oh. How's it? What is it? Oh, yeah. Aha! Oh, yeah. I don't know what that is, but it's probably going to give me a strike. Oh, we got the exit. Oh, that exit one is that one. Intro is supposed to be this one. This one here is supposed to be my intro song. I have to get more artificial intelligence songs here on my soundboard so that I can play the songs here all the time. Sassy Pants in there. No one wants Daisy in Troll Central. Oh, you're kidding. She would be a good fit in Troll Central, along with Al Munson. By the way, where is Al Munson? He's usually on the internet every day. You know, all day long, every day long. Daisy says, Christy B, I have common sense. They won't go in and give a line-by-line veto. Hey, where's Trump, by the way? How come Trump isn't commenting on all the bombs going off in Russia? And as a matter of fact, neither is Putin, when you come to think of it. I want to hear a comment from either one of them there, because everybody is going, oh, the United States is behind all of those bombs going off and all the airplanes blowing up and the bridge blowing up and the trains blowing up and all the stuff in Russia. Russia's really taken a beating there lately. And I don't hear Queenie talking about how much of a beating that Russia is having, considering she's like, pro-Russia. Partabonza, good to see you. Thanks a lot for sticking with us here. And Edward Cam says, relying on things like, if the liberals want to pass their clean energy bill. Yeah, it's like tax the hell out of everyone else bill. It's going to include border funding as well for for as long as I can remember. Clean energy bill. We just need energy. Energy equals cash. Cash keeps your taxes low. That's all there is to it. Either you're going to go and think that, well, we have to just stop oil and leave it in the ground. But then again, there's that whole thing going on with Greta. Oh, hang on a second here. Let me see if I can bring up that story about Greta. Hang on. I know I can do it. Greta is on a boat going to Gaza right now, right? I don't know if you've been following that story about Greta Thunberg. Stand by here. Let me see if I can pull that story up here. Hang on. It's amazing that I start my whole thing here and I don't really get things going well with the back end here. But, okay. Let's see. We the People, Connor Brown. You got the Oiler game on there that's going to be happening. But you've got Greta Thunberg that's on that boat. And the boat is sailing somewhere or other. Oh, yeah. There's that guy that firebombed everyone. The Palestinian guy that firebombed the Jews. There's this whole thing here with him getting arrested. There's a new photo coming up there. The wife and all 5 children of Colorado terrorist Mohammed Sabri Solomon have been arrested by federal immigration agents. The family is being processed for expedited removal. Do you agree with this move? Yeah, maybe. There's that thing that's going on there. That's the latest news on that. Oh, this one here. This is actually a bad one here where a African terrorist here. Uh-oh. North African migrant tries to break in and abuse a female bus driver in Spain after she refused his sexual advances. Women are no longer safe in Europe. Yeah, my wife is saying, am I coming or not? Oh, we're going to have to stop the stream. I hate that, especially after I got a $10 super chat from Ron Volts. Come on, the show was just starting to pick up. They're just starting to break in. Women are in demand, apparently, as you can see by this video. Look, he's giving her a little kiss there. He's like very sexually aroused. And this is not good. These guys are just berserk. No wonder the women cover their faces up. Look, he even spit at her. Unbelievable. What's the matter with people? Amazing what kind of stuff that you pick up on the internet. But anyways, this is Spain. This is Spain, and this is where the migrants are coming in, and they're running rampant out on the streets there, doing all kind of weird stuff. It's just craziness. How would you like to be a woman and being subjected to crap like this? Not good. Wow. Unbelievable. Totally unbelievable. Okay, well, this is it. I'm going to have to say see you later because I'm going to that party, the birthday party here. And the party is about ready to start. And I hope you had a good time watching the program here. Thank you very much for tuning in. I see 71 on the counter here on the various different services. We're live on YouTube, Facebook, and on X. And yeah, give us a sub on any one of those. 7709. We didn't do very good on Facebook, but maybe I got a sub on Facebook or on X. You never know. But thanks a lot, everyone. Yeah, we're going to a stripper party. I don't know. I won't be stripping. I know that much. But thanks a lot for tuning in. Take care. Stay out of trouble. And if you can't stay out of trouble, hey, name it after me. Calm your temper. Woo! That's right, Amber. Masad, Daisy, Wanda, Sassy Pants, AMC Kingdom, Bullets and Barbecue, Heard 'em too. Ron Volts. Big supporter, Ron. Thumbs up, Ron. You're the man of the hour. Appreciate that. Let's see that flag. Bring that flag over here behind me. Yeah, let's see that flag. Put it right behind me. Because this is what we're going to be doing later. We're going to be watching. Oh, yeah. We're going to be watching the Edmonton Oilers with the big hockey game on there tonight. So tune into that game because you don't want to miss out on that big Oilers game there tonight. We gotta clean up, okay? This is going to be the Canadians against the Americans in this finale for the Stanley Cup. And you've got a big team with a lot of major players against Florida. I don't know. I haven't really been watching hockey all that much to know who the main players are for the Florida team, but it should be a good round. But be watching for that Oiler Panther game. And thanks a lot for watching. Take care. And like I say, hey, stay out of trouble. And above all, be nice to your fellow YouTuber. Okay? Bye-bye for now. Shh.